This is the second video then, Roundabouts for Learners. The first one we covered turning left. Today we're going to look at going straight ahead. I don't expect it to be a very long video. We're going to begin by just considering the MSM routine for following the road ahead. It's almost the same as a left, and then a slight adjustment to position, speed, gear and so forth. So let's get going. Concentrating today then on following the road ahead, regular roundabouts with 4 exits, what I call regular roundabouts, and the first one just ahead of us. So we check the mirror. Left mirror at the moment is not so important, but the rear mirror must be checked because I'm slowing down. Got a traffic coming around from the vehicle coming around from the far side. I need to make sure he's going to leave me here, and we're out onto the roundabout. Checking the rear and near mirrors, left signal to leave. So when you're going straight, you check your rear and near mirrors as you're approaching the first exit, and signal as you're passing the first exit. Not the roundabout ahead. I'm just actually going to go around the square to that one. Save me travelling too far. I'll just do a right and a right, it'll bring me back to that roundabout. Slightly miserable day today, a little bit of rain, not too heavy though. But I'm going right again. So we use the MSM routine for all our manoeuvres, including roundabouts. So roundabout ahead, I'm planning to go straight, rear view mirror. No movement on the far side of the roundabout, looking to the right as I come in, and I'm going to need first gear here. And it's now safe to go. So into second on the first quarter of the roundabout, mirrors now, left signal to leave. Once we've straightened the wheel, we check the mirror, just the same as we would on a left turn. Roundabout just over the hill ahead. So as soon as we see the roundabout, we know it's a hazard, so we check the rear view mirror immediately, taking a position central here because of the park man looking across the roundabout far side, no problem at all. So dropping it to second, clutch up, nothing on the right. As we go across, want to be about a metre from the roundabout, checking the rear view near mirrors now, left signal to leave. I'm trying to keep about a metre from the curb coming off the roundabout. Mirror. I'm going to take the left here to avoid conflict with this lorry ahead. Doesn't make any difference which way I go around the square. I will just mention mini roundabouts as we meet with them. The slight difference with mini roundabouts is you indicate right if you're going right, left if you're going left on approach, but you don't use a signal as a general rule. You don't use a signal to exit a roundabout. So I am going to go right on this one, so I'll check my rear and right mirrors, check, make a signal, be sure it's clear on the right. Second gear as usual. Always keep off the blob if possible. On a mini roundabout, it's illegal to drive over it. You drive over it unnecessarily on your test, you fail. Anything that you do on your L test, if it's illegal, it's a fail. Such as breaking speed limits and driving over mini roundabouts without going around them. At the end of the road, I'm going to take the right. Again, as in previous videos, I'm not describing everything that I'm doing. When we get on to more advanced stuff and we start doing commentary, then I shall say everything that I'm doing. I'm turning right here. And taking the next on the right just after the crossing. Always like to keep the car moving, so slow down early for this woman, and I could use second here to take the right turn. Watching the pedestrians on the curb on the left, watching them carefully. They're fine. So in a moment I'm going to be back at the roundabout. I'm going to go straight ahead again, so we use the MSM routine. I'll check my rear view mirror. You don't need a signal when you enter the roundabout if you're going straight ahead. You just need a signal to leave it, which would be a left signal. Your position going across, if you're going straight, normally would be about a metre from the curb of the roundabout, and then if you're able to, about a metre from the curb on the exit road. So we've got a roundabout coming up, so rear mirror, got one following, looking across the roundabout, I can see cars coming on the far side, not a problem at the moment. A little bit of braking, taking second gear, looking across to the right, it's all clear. So as I move out now, a metre from the roundabout, rear and near mirrors, left signal as we pass the first exit, and keeping myself about a metre from the curb coming off the roundabout. Mirror. Taking the next road on the right. Alright, me duck. Careful not to cut the corner. I might make one or two comments here because this is a video for learners. I might make one or two comments by way of just reminding you of some of the more basic things, perhaps. Just jogging your memory about some of the things that you're going to need to have in mind on your test. We're going to go right at the end. Traffic approaching from both sides here. Going to do once or twice more the MSM and then talk a little bit more about position, speed and observation and gear. Straight down at the roundabout, checking the rear view mirror. Can't see across the roundabout very well. There is one in circuit from the right, a blue one. Looking across the right, second gear, got one or two vehicles coming, so it's first. Just clear now on the right, so moving out, keeping away from the roundabouts. Rear mirror, near mirror, left signal to leave the roundabout. Once we've got the car around, check the rear mirror for following traffic. So it's fairly straightforward. MSM is the same pretty much as it is for a left turn. It's the position, of course, for the most part that's different, and of course you don't signal on the approach because you're only signaling to leave the roundabout if you're going straight ahead. So now I'm going to add on again the position. Learner's a bit wide there. The position, the speed, the gear and the observation. I have actually mentioned some of it, but I'll just reinforce that now for a few moments. So roundabout in front, we're going to go straight ahead mirror, checking the rear mirror. Got traffic coming across from the far side, several vehicles. I need to be having those in the back of my mind as I come up. Into second, clutch up, Looking across to the right, there are vehicles there, one coming out, so it's going to be first. I want to keep moving if I can. Clutch up, there's my space. And the position wants to be a metre from the curb, checking the rear and near mirrors left signal, and in the road I'm joining, a metre from the left hand curb. And once we are straight, mirror and change up. Got a white van parked on the right here. Just after that I'm proposing to turn right. Into the road because we've got vehicles parked both sides, carefully down the centre. Mirror, turning right. And if the road bends sharply, good practice to check your mirror. The road does bend sharply left here with the junction on the right. Obviously if the road is bending quite sharply, you're probably going to have to slow down, and therefore you should use your mirror. Strange place to park your car. Taking the left at the end. Roundabout coming up in a moment, and I'm proposing to go straight ahead. So as soon as we see the roundabout, it's a mirror check, rear mirror. I'm going to leave it in second because I'll need second. I've got oncoming vehicles on the far side, not a threat at the moment at all. Looking to the right, 2 or 3 vehicles there, so we want first. Managing to keep the car moving. Metre from the curb, rear and near mirrors, left signal to leave. Aiming to be a metre from the curb on the left. Straighten the wheel, check the mirror. Do just 1 or 2 more, and that'll be it for this video. Hopefully that's given you a pretty clear idea of what you need to do to go straight at a roundabout. And you can just add that on to what you know about going left and mix them up. Got a junction ahead here on the left. I'm going to turn the left just here. These videos could be useful too if you're having some private practice with family, maybe. If you've got one of those daring dads that doesn't mind taking a risk. I find lots of my pupils' parents won't take them out, but if you've got a daring dad or a mad mum, they might take you out and you can practice some of these things on the road. Just wondering if this was a school run here, but it's a bit too early. He's not giving way for me, he's parking. Again, the road bends very sharply round to the left here. So I'm checking your mirror before I brake, so I know what's going on behind me. Just a little touch of brakes. We go left at the end. Up to 30 now, road's fairly clear today. The rain's eased a little. Parked vehicles on the right, but still quite a wide road and a fair bit of space here. So I can see the black and white sharp deviation chevrons ahead of me, so there's a roundabout here with a keep left arrow, so mirror. There's a bus on the far side, the car's coming round it, so I need to be mindful of those as I approach, just keep that in the back of my mind. Down to 15 into second, clutch up, looking across to the right, one approaching, so first gear. Aiming the car, pointing the car, so I'm a metre away from the curb when I move out. That's the roundabout curve. Rear and near mirrors, left signal to leave, aiming to be a metre now from the curb on the exit. We'll just do one more and hopefully you'll have a good picture of what's required. Follow straight on at a regular 4 exit roundabout. Of course, much of this will apply to more complex roundabouts too, particularly the mirrors, the signalling. Positioning could be slightly different if the roundabout's on a dual carriageway or there's multi-lanes coming in or out. So I can see the roundabout ahead, mirror, the black van behind. Vehicles approaching the roundabout but fairly well back, but they could come into conflict with me. Just checking the mirror again, bringing it to 15. Second gear, mindful of the BMW coming round from the far side, just watching him for a moment. He's coming on. So a metre from the curb as I pull out, rear and near mirrors, left signal as I pass the first exit, aiming to be a metre from the curb on the left. Once we got the car straight, straighten the wheel, check the mirror, and I'm taking the next road on the left. So there it is, that's how to deal with regular 4 exit roundabouts going straight ahead. Use the MSM routine on the approach. Be mindful of those positions that I mentioned with the roundabout on your right as you go across on the exit road. So that's that one for today. We'll leave that there, and the next video we'll be turning right again at similar roundabouts. Thanks for watching.